All right, I gotta go on. You ready? You ready to do this, dude? I'm ready. I'm fine. What are you? Yeah, I'm live. Oh well, why don't you say something then? All right, what is up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling and combat sports podcast. We don't use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You shouldn't let your friends use it either. I'm Mark the Monster, leader of the PWO. There, all right, thank you for the applause. Appreciate it. Look, your friend Joe is here. Look, let's get Joe needs to get in here. Trunks is here. Let's bring him on. And why don't you hit that music by Starks? All right, new track by Starks. Hard Times. Hey, why don't you go ahead and show them the sponsor? Oh yeah, we are brought to you this week by Wrestling versus the World. Pro wrestling, trading card game. Plays like your Pokemon, your Yu-Gi-Oh, your Magic the Gathering. You got Falcon Joe, kind of like the illegal brother-in-law Joe. Playable character. They got a heal pack. They have structured decks you can pick up. Go check them out. Kickstarter. We need to get Joe in here. I don't know why Joe's not showing up yet. What else you got for him? We're also brought to you in a partnership. Our friends Alt Wrestling Tees. Pro Wrestling has more than one t-shirt company. You can go check those guys out. Yes, you can. Also brought to you by Original Gunplug Garage. Go check those out for all your Gundam needs. What is up, everyone? We're going to be recapping the week of pro wrestling. Talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. More importantly, what we liked, though. We're also going to talk about, was Cody Rhodes a memorable world champion, Mark? Was Cody memorable? What kind of a question is that? What? I mean, it's a legitimate question. We got a lot of feedback on the post. People have some differing opinions. A lot of direct messages about it, which was, kind of unbelievable. A lot of stuff came back from the post over on Bleacher Report. Check out the Bleacher Report app. Follow WWE community. I'm saying, it's split, man.
Uh-oh, what's split?
Was Cody Rhodes a memorable world champion? Joe, of course, Cody was a memorable world champion. Why does he even ask these kinds of questions? It's a fair question, man.
No, he wasn't. I'll say Cody wasn't a great memorable champion.
What? Lost your audio, Joe. I can't hear Joe.
All right, there you go.
There we go. There's Joe. Joe's back. Do I sound good, Joe? I sound all right?
Sound all right now, yeah.
All right, good. Can you hear the music?
What music?
Do you hear that music?
I hear nothing.
I guess we don't got that music.
I hear like a little static in the background, but I don't hear no music.
Wonder why that is. Mark, how'd you hook this thing up? Mark's got to fix it.
It might be because the headphones that you probably the only one can hear the music.
Shouldn't be there.
There we go.
How about now?
There we go.
Check I'm locked in with these bars I can tell me. Ain't too many beats I fuck around and got a million.
Did you get the music that time?
I hear it that time.
There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we got things moving.
Yeah.
All right. Joe, how's your week been?
It's been good until 2:30, y'all. It was good till 2:30.
Good till 2:30. What happened at 2:30?
Oh, Mini-Me's back, y'all. So
Spring break's over.
Yeah.
Spring break is over.
No. So, yeah. Hey, yeah, it was bound to happen, so I'm good. It's all good. Yeah, I had my peace. It was quiet, but hey, gotta get back to reality. What can I say?
Back to life, back to reality.
Okay, we go with that.
And we know she's bringing doom with her, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I said we got we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about Cody Rhodes' championship reign. We're gonna talk about John Cena as a heel, and we're gonna talk about things that stood out in the weekend wrestling. So let's just kick it off. Let's talk about Cody.
Okay.
You're saying not memorable. Not memorable.
Nah.
Why?
I'll say this. There's been a lot of champions.
There has been a lot of champions.
Some deserve it, some didn't, and then there's some that they just put the title on just to give the brand a name to make the fans happy. And
is that what you think Cody was? You think Cody was just fanfare?
Fanfare. Because you got to think about it. You had what? It was that 3-year run of telling his story. And then when the story got over, 2 or 3.
I think it was 2. Unless you're going to count the last year, the AEW run of his. I mean, that was essentially his turn to being a WWE wrestler. Was the end of his AEW run, right?
Yeah. So we'll say between the past 2 and 3 years, that story. He got the story. He finished it. Mm-hmm. What happened? He came out cheering, challenging, and then they're just down to like showing up in a suit and tie every week. He battled Solo, Roman. Let's see who else. Then he had a tag team with Jay. Yep, tag team, give me that. Tag team with Jay.
Yeah, tag team champion. People forget that Cody was a tag champ on the way to being undisputed champion.
Yeah. And then when you think about it, it was just like he came on the SmackDown challenge. He was the voice, the speaker, like the corporate speaker, just talking and talking. But when it came to having a memorable moment as a champion, can't say I could say he was. I can say the only main rival you could say he had was with Roman, battling for the belt. Anybody else? I can't even remember anybody else during that time frame he had a championship battle with.
I mean, you had the AJ match. The AJ match was really good, right?
It was good, but
I mean, like, what more could you have wanted out of the AJ match? I mean, you had amazing crowd reaction.
I would say it would have been better if he just actually hit him with steel steps and not just stop. Like, hit him like 3-4 times with it, then said, I quit. That would be more better.
So you didn't like the ending of the AJ match?
That ending wasn't
like, my issue with the ending, I've said it before, he did a heel thing. He didn't do a baby face thing. What he did was, it was heel shit. It wasn't, to hit him with the steps after the match was over. Like, we could justify it however we want to justify it. At the end of the day, that's not what baby faces do. That's what heels do.
I need a backdrop. Oh, we got jokes. Cool. Great. Nah, but for real.
We could probably have your sister design you something. Print you up a nice little backdrop. Get the logo behind you. You could have my backdrop, my airbrush station, my workbench.
But yeah, I'll just say it would have been better if he was the champion that they wanted him to be like Cena, defending it every pay-per-view, every SmackDown show or whatever. But they didn't really do that. They just had him there, the suit and tie guy, corporate champion. And
so that's a big issue I have, is that Cody Rhodes really never defended the title. Like, it was hardly ever defended. And whenever I look back at, like, Cody's run, two things stand out to me. The AJ match in France, which very good moments. Was the match good? It was good. It was a fine match. Nothing spectacular. No, it would not have been 38 stars if it was in Tokyo. That's not the case at all. But also, he had the KO feud. And then that just kind of stuck around. Like, it just felt like that kind of went on forever.
Yeah, the Green Angel feud, that was good too. But I say it would have been better if he lost to KO. Then it would have filled him up. It would have made him be more memorable. But they just said, nah, we're going to keep the belt on Cody. You did your part.
Do you think KO would have been a better person to dethrone Cody than John Cena?
Yeah.
So let's imagine everything is the same.
Okay.
Like, everything after nothing changed. Like, KO still gets hurt. KO still has to step away before Mania. So if KO would have beat Cody Rhodes at the Rumble, and then it would have been set up for KO versus John Cena at WrestleMania, which would have been a very good lead-up to Mania. Those two would have been like, that's a believable feud for John Cena at WrestleMania, the opposite of Kevin Owens. But then we had the John Cena heel turn at Chamber. Now, how do we turn John Cena heel if Cody Rhodes isn't champion? Is that doable?
I say he'll still be the babyface. He wouldn't do the heel run. If Kevin Owens would have took the belt off at Rumble, he would have been the heel. Then if you go into the Chamber match, we wouldn't have to worry about The Rock in his little conversation, or Travis Scott. Just throwing it out there. Thank you. It would have went on perfectly fine, and Cena would have went on retiring as the longest reigning babyface.
So you don't think he would have turned John Cena heel if Kevin Owens would have dethroned Cody?
I would say that, yeah.
Okay, so now let me ask you this question. This is the other question I put out there. John Cena's heel run. Is he a genius? Is this genius heel work? Or is this simply bad TV? Because this is something that is very split.
I say this. I like it. I like his heel run. He's not sugarcoating anything. He's letting you know how he truly felt for the past 25 years. And he even said, I could call you out, I could call you this and that, and you'll still cheer for me. You'll still boo me. He even told Randy, don't fall for it. And that was that conversation he had with Randy. What was it? He said, I will erase 33 decades of your family history.
Yeah.
And that was deep.
I was very critical of the build-up to WrestleMania for John Cena versus Cody. I didn't really think it got good. Like, nothing, like, went up. We had the Chamber, and then everything was just kind of flat after Chamber until we hit Mania. Now, post-Mania, with John Cena as the champion, now I think business is going to pick up here. With, and I don't mean business as in money coming into WWE. That's not what I mean. But in like the JR sense of things, things are going to get more exciting because we only had one path after Chamber. We were getting to Mania. And Cena 17 was basically etched in stone, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's what was going to happen. It was going to be John Cena getting that world title. Now we have the opportunity for some different things. We have the opportunity to revisit things. First thing we're doing is Randy Orton, John Cena, possibly wrestling soulmates. I mean, this is a lengthy history. This is many, many matches. Too many for me to look up. I could probably Google it and get the answer. But
I can tell you this. Out of all the 25 years, this is their first time ever facing each other. Heel and the baby face. Reverse. Even if you go back to when they first started, which I did my history for that, y'all. So you gotta think, but they both were on SmackDown. They both was kind of like starting off being a coming heel, but you gotta remember, in that same time frame, Randy's shoulder got injured or something. It had something to do with his shoulder. He was out for he wasn't out. He was still there, but he couldn't do nothing for like the past 6 months or so. So he
got a visit for our boy Starks.
So he was just there, just doing
the proud provider of intro music for us. Here we go. We're gonna take a breather. You just got people hear a little bit of Starks.
This one bombs from the treetop. I can't lie. You can't walk in my wrist lines. This them AAA raps guaranteed to work around the clock. The roadblocks in the building blocks. See, I'm an inner circle thinking outside the box. I got more raps.
Ooh, I know those roadblocks hit you, Joe.
Oh, the roadblocks. I ain't gonna say it out loud now.
Yeah, but man, it's very interesting to have a babyface Randy Orton versus a heel Cody Rhodes. A heel John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And heading into Mania, we kind of felt like we could be seeing Randy turn heel at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like it was time for Randy to be the Viper, right? Especially whenever KO went out. And we could turn Randy heel. Instead, we're going to stay the course. Babyface Randy Orton. Heel John Cena. And this may shock people, but much like you, Joe, I think John Cena's a good heel right now.
Thank you.
Because he's simply saying truthful things, and the truth hurts sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good shit.
And the best
Starks, we appreciate you too.
And the best thing about this Cena run, I can say this. He's doing everything every heel did to him. Low blow. Throw the belt in your face. Call out your family members. Do everything. And even threaten them. He's doing a great job. Even calling out fans. That's the first time you see him call out fans.
It's great. It's funny.
It's funny. It's great. And the best
funny
thing
heel work is some of the best heel work.
And it's like you said, all he got to do is come here, appearance, say what he got to say, and you will still boo me. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. He said that, and everybody went along with it. And the one thing I like about him right now is that announcer. For
how he's treating reason, that dude.
He's treating that guy like.
What's that guy's name?
He's a new guy. I don't know his name.
Mike Nash?
I really don't know. He's new. But the announcer, he's getting hit for the past 2 days.
I've always wanted a ring announcer gig in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted to do it.
That would be great. If I give it to
That'd be a
him,
good time.
yeah. But that was great. He doing what? Who did it? Who else did it? There's somebody else, like Triple H did it with Lynn Garcia when she didn't call his name out right. He have it redo it. So that's one good thing about this heel run. He's doing all the heelish things people did, but making it revive at the past in 2025. There you go.
He starts as liking Cena as a heel.
Yeah.
So here's my thing with the John Cena heel run, and got a lot of feedback from it. And I'll be honest, a lot of it's very 50-50 about Cena as a heel. Kind of as far as direction they could go, people have opinions and all this stuff. And I already fantasy booked John Cena's title run. You guys can go back several episodes ago, maybe 2 months ago at this point. There's a post about it. Our YouTube video. There's a short video. But I booked the whole.
Mine didn't turn out the way I wanted. Y'all just saying.
Yeah, Joe's has already been published. I think so. My fantasy booking, I had John Cena make it to the end of 2025 as champion. Last SmackDown is in Boston. Cena gets to ride off into the sunset and say he's done. And they make him defend that belt again. And he has to defend it at Rumble. He loses it at Rumble. Rock interferes and beats him down, or Rock at the end of it doesn't console him, turns on him. And everyone Cena's wrong over the past year comes out to save Cena from the beatdown from The Rock and Travis Scott, and whomever else it may be that beats down John Cena after Cody Rhodes wins the title back at Rumble 2026. That was my pitch. That was my end to Cena's farewell tour.
The last greatest champion.
Now, I don't think we take this belt off of John Cena. I think we let him do it. Let him leave with the title, and next January, we start from scratch. The winner of the Rumble is whatever new belt it is. Let this character and its thought process ruin wrestling for all of us. Let him take that belt and go home.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would actually be best for business, because then it becomes the most important thing you can have in wrestling. If you're booking a wrestling show, what you need to have is the fans asking, well, what's that?
Mm.
Because when we know what's next, we don't necessarily have to tune in. But when we don't know what is next, if you end 2025 with John Cena with that belt, the last SmackDown of the year, and it's in Boston, and Cena says goodbye, and he actually leaves with it. Well, now we have to tune in on Monday because we have to know. What are you guys going to do? Is whoever's champ on Raw just the champ? Or are we going to make a new belt? And if we're going to make a new belt, well, what better place than in the Royal Rumble where 30 wrestlers compete for that opportunity? And we could throw a curveball into the Rumble. Once we get to the Final Four, it becomes a fatal four-way. And fall, submission, elimination once we get to the Final Four. We could do that. That seems like a fair thing to do. And then it becomes, well, now who the hell wins? Who's this new champion? And then after we crown them at Rumble, Elimination Chamber, whoever wins the chamber, it fights the new champ at Mania. It can become a whole brand new thing. We can wash the old guard away. We can start anew. It could be a new title. It could be a whole bright, shiny new future for the TKO WWE. This is not something I would normally be in favor of. Someone leading with the belt, that's not a Jeremy play.
I could tell you it would be a good play. This is what I would do. Just hear me out. I would book it being CM Punk being his last, very, very last opponent. And then we'll do what CM Punk did at Money in the Bank 2011. But Cena be a heelish and knock him out and just do the 10 count, kiss through the crowd, and have a vehicle outside the arena and just drive off. Just leave.
You could have Cena. You could have it be Punk and Cena at the end. Initially I booked it where Cena faces Cody and loses, but now it could be CM Punk and he wins. And he rides off into the sunset. I like Trunks in our comments live on Instagram. Treat the world title like it means something. One title, both shows. I am all for that right there. The world heavyweight champion needs to be the cornerstone of your like that. He's got to be the guy. He's got to be the guy. Period. Have all these other titles all you want. Your world champion should be your main event.
Yeah, they did that, but then it didn't go as planned.
Well, I get it, right? Like the idea is, if you have a champion for each show, you're your own competition. You have two top dogs. You have two people with the weight of the company on their back. It lightens the load. No one has to main event both shows. Yada 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 yada. But let's be honest. SmackDown was designed to be the show. It's supposed to feed people into watching Monday Night Raw. AEW does Collision. Collision's designed to tell you why to tune in on Wednesday. SmackDown is supposed to tell you why to tune in on Monday. Mm-hmm. I think they could effectively have one world champion and have them be on both shows. And both shows, everyone's gunning for that one guy. You could have two mid-card champs.
Remember,
if your world champ's on Raw and they don't want to do SmackDown, you can main event SmackDown on a regular basis with your SmackDown mid-card champ. Doesn't have to be the world heavyweight champion all the time. You can do some pre-pack, some backstage interview shit, so your world champ's on every show. They don't have to wrestle on every show. Mm-hmm. But one main title, I think WWE would be just fine with one main title.
You gotta remember. You know who the last person to do that?
No.
Cena and Orton. Cena and Orton.
Oh, yeah. That's right. They unified them in a club and everybody chanted for Dan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Forgot about that. And Randy won. The heelish won that belt. Well, unified titles.
And I actually forgot that. Oh, fire trucks. You hear them?
Oh, yeah. Go see the fire truck going to, girl.
What? The fire truck?
Yeah, go see the fire truck.
Wow.
I think we have a universal agreement, at least live on the show. Cena should walk away world champion.
Cena, yeah. Cena
not universal champion because WWE quietly retired that. No more universal. It's just the Undisputed Championship.
Yeah,
or it's WWE Championship, right?
It's Undisputed Champion, yeah.
So, the legacy Finn Balor started building has been wiped away.
Mm.
Now, I have one more question for you.
All right, let's.
And then we'll start digging into the week of wrestling. I just have one question.
Okay.
Will Seth Rollins be world champion this summer?
Mm. SummerSlam.
You think they'll wait till SummerSlam?
SummerSlam.
And someone sent me their idea that they think Seth Rollins is going to attack Jay during an upcoming Raw to provoke him into giving him a title shot on Raw. Roman's going to try to help Jay and inadvertently cost Jay the title to then lead to Jay's heel turn to align himself with Paul Heyman for some reason because he's mad at Roman Reigns. This idea, I forget who sent it. Tag yourself. I'd go back and see. But up until the alignment with Paul Heyman, like, it doesn't make any sense. If Seth beats Jay, why would Jay align with Paul? It would make sense if Seth beats Jay, Jay aligns with The Rock. If that was still a possibility, but Dwayne said, no, he's done. If there was still a glimmer of hope, you could tease that. We could have that lingering in the background. Well, if Jay just turned heel, he could be with The Rock, since he has the Travis Scott connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now Dwayne went and let the cat out the bag. So that's not going to happen for us.
I was just going to say this. Somebody tag The Rock. Tag The Rock. Tag The Rock. I don't care. Tag The Rock. If he watches, he watches. If he don't, he don't. At least we tagged him in.
We know Tony Khan watches. We know someone in WWE watches.
Yeah. I'll say this.
We know Bubba watches.
Yeah. I'll put it to you like this. The Rock. Whew. This week, that's all you've been hearing about is The Rock. The Rock. And the poor Rock, I'll say this as a fan, as we all are fans for like however long we've been watching it. As a fan, you would want to believe what has been happening on the show, what's going on, who's doing this, who's doing that as a fan. But when you become the person that just spoils everything, I mean, I would have been more happy if you would spoil like the pick 5 number for the Powerball and the Mega Million. I've been more happy with you spoiled that for me to give you right numbers. I've been more happy about that. But you decide to go on national television, tell, I forgot who it was. Pat.
It's Pat McAfee.
Tell Pat McAfee, we'll just say 1 million viewers. I don't know how many people watched it, but we'll just go with 1 million viewers.
A lot of people tune into Pat McAfee.
So we'll just say you told over 1 million viewers. Like, well, you see, it's like this. I was all aboard for it, and then I realized that, what you need me for? You don't need me. I did my part. I got you, the fans, to come in to the Elimination Chamber because ticket sales were down. And I thought about that again when I had to rewatch watching that. I thought about that again. It's not about the ticket sales that it was down. It's not about the price or who was in it. It's not even about John Cena. It's about the chamber itself. Because right now, as The Rock once said when John Cena is spinning the belt, it's a toy. That's what it is. The Elimination Chamber became a toy. It's not the dangerous one that everybody knows. Granted, it's a decent shape. It looked great. And the pies look great, way better. But it would have been better if they just took off the pads and brought the chains back. Then you would say ticket sales are booming because everybody wants to see violence again, like they would in the early 2000s with the chamber. But now it's a soft chamber, so it's not really something you want to watch. But going back to Mr. Rocky here. You just, in a nice way, you just burnt bridge with almost everybody you worked with for the past 30 years. You burnt bridges with your own company, your partnership with, we'll just say with whoever you partnership with. You burnt the bridge by exposing secrets that, hey, you weren't supposed to know. And that'd be like me, let's just say for hypothetically speaking, you decide to get like a female on the show. right? And then the female on let's go with the flow here. And then the female on the show would be like your little mistress on the side. And then
This is not a funny conversation. What the hell are you doing? What are you trying to do to me with this conversation? I'm a happily married man.
I know, but hear me out.
Man, you need to take this a different angle. This is gonna create problems.
She got my phone number, got messenger. She'll blow me up. I'm cool with it. I still love you, white sister. But anyway, so you just had a mistress in the background, and then boom, dear white sister comes along and starts smacking her, and booyah, because you was having a secret affair with your new co-host. He ain't really doing okay, y'all. Just go with the flow.
Yeah,
okay?
Don't put this out there. I don't understand how The Rock is getting me into this type of a situation here.
And
you need to put this mojo on somebody else.
Okay.
Not my happily married for 25 years. Put that out there.
But then here's me, like saying, well, guys, I just want y'all to know, he ain't really having an affair with nobody. He just wanted to get more women to watch the show. And the best way to do that was have some family drama. That's why he only did it for. He did it just to get more
if you're to fabricate family drama, that's probably a great way for me to increase the viewership of that particular demographic.
Yeah. So he needed
however,
to get viewers, females, to the show because it just about guys.
Our demo is 98% male, 18 to 34 in the U.S. That's our audience.
Yeah, so that's why I said that'll be me saying like, yeah, he just did that. So
if we tied in some drama nonsense, I mean, we could certainly hook a different demographic.
Yeah, so get some women down the show for like.
I don't know how Joe took The Rock down that lane to try and get me into some bullshit. But
I just had to come up with something that The Rock would do, but that's what it's been. I threw you on the bus.
I feel like everyone in WWE knew that The Rock wasn't doing anything beyond Chamber when it happened. And I think that's why Punk cut the promo he cut.
Mm-hmm.
Where he said, "Dwayne, you bald fraud." I think everyone knew. So he knew in that moment he could say whatever he wanted because Rock wasn't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't going to be an opportunity for The Rock to get his shit in because he's not coming back. Which, here's my thing, is I'm the guy who said when Rock came back, wrestling didn't need it. WWE did not need The Rock to come back, and it was perfectly fine before he came back and tried to inject himself into the main event of Mania last year. I took a lot of heat. Oh, no, they needed The Rock. No, they didn't. Didn't need him. I don't think it did anything for the business that wouldn't have happened otherwise. I think it was just on that upward trajectory. And whenever The Rock came back and got involved, what did I say? I said, someone can go back a year ago, find the episode. I said, creatively, WWE peaked with Cody winning the belt, and everything is going to go down. And everything did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Rock was part of the everything going down. Because you can't do much new with The Rock. The heel shit with Cody was a little bit fresh, but everything he did was the old shit. And it didn't work. It fell out of place. Yeah. Was it fun to sing along with the great one? Yeah. Always fun to sing along with the great one. But he's nothing more than a nostalgia act in 2025. He's not going to bring anything new or dynamic to the programming. And he's not going to bring new eyeballs. He will bring lapsed eyeballs.
Yeah.
And those lapsed eyeballs are tuning in for the Attitude Era. I want to bring everybody in real nice and close to this one. The Attitude Era is dead. It's dead and it's gone. where it needs to be. Because the nostalgia that we hold in the Attitude Era, for all the great ones, for all the games, for all the eyebrows, all the stunners, there was 3 times as much garbage that doesn't belong in 2025. The cream of the Attitude Era rose to the top. And it was Hunter, it was Austin, it was Rock, and it was Taker. We'll throw HBK in there too, but HBK's best run came after the Attitude Era. HBK's second run in WWE was infinitely better than his first run.
He spoke to God and came back in back surgery.
Bret Hart's run in WWE was such a small footnote in wrestling history, and people act like it was like, do you know Bret Hart was only a singles wrestler in WWE for 6 years?
Oh.
Yeah.
6 years. No, I did not know that. No.
Yeah, it was only 6 years. So like these ideas of like these different things are like the Attitude Era lasted, but like it did. The Attitude Era was a very short time frame. Bret Hart's career was a very short time frame. It makes me sad when I don't hear Crash. That might offend some of our listeners. Listen, if you're on a motorcycle, you're toying with death anyway. It's bound to happen. But the current era of wrestling, which I'm going to say the current era is the Elite Era, 2019 to today,
okay, we got that.
is as long as Bret Hart's singles run in WWE. It's longer than the Attitude Era.
Okay.
Because when I say the Elite Era, I say that because the style of pro wrestling that came out of Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling that heavily influenced NXT Black and Gold, that birthed All Elite Wrestling, has created the WWE that we see today. My case in point, SmackDown this week. Everything on SmackDown this week, everything, the entire show, felt like the beginning of AEW. Everything. There was nothing about that show that did not feel like AEW in the beginning. To the point that Aleister Black's return,
I knew I was about to come.
they did the same thing. They
white
did
suit.
his return identical to Malachi Black's debut in AEW. Cody was wearing white. Miz was wearing white. And don't get me wrong, I don't know what else you could have done differently. I'm not even saying it was bad. I was left wanting more. Now, is that because I'm a fickle wrestling fan? Shit, it might be. But I showed that return to my lovely wife, Mindy, Joe's sister, just making sure I'm tying up any loose ends with the bullshit Joe was putting out there. I showed her that. I showed her his return on SmackDown. And whenever it ended, she looked at me and she went, "That was it?" Like, yeah, that was it. Because they couldn't have done something bigger. They probably could have.
Well,
Like, did that feel important? Just, it didn't feel important to me. And it didn't seem important to anyone in the crowd because the crowd didn't react to it at all. Yeah, they did not.
I'm glad they let him keep his music. Shoot.
I did like that they went with his old entrance. I did like that a lot. I don't know if it'll stay around the entire time, but I did like that they did it. I did not like that the crowd seemed to feel nothing. Like, it was minimal reaction.
In the beginning, they all said, "Welcome back, welcome back."
Yeah, they did.
But
Here's the thing.
the black mask. I think if he would did
Wasn't that
more than just the
called
black
the
mask,
Fade to Black?
AEW faded black, but it was black mask in WWE.
Okay. That's why they kept calling it Black. Is that called the Fade to Black?
No. That's what he called it in when he Malachi
I
Black.
know his clothing
Faded
company is Black Mass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to see him back. I just, I don't know. My gut tells me they're gonna fumble it. I don't know why, because I should trust Triple H with this character, and I just somehow feel like it's gonna get fumbled.
I don't think so. I think I think he's gonna be like his original character was on NXT, then came to the main roster. He's gonna be that guy that just secretly attacks certain people and let them come to the dark side, like Karrion Kross does on Raw, but with the
And
I don't know if
they're
it's gonna
saying
be a title
Cross
cut.
about to get a big push.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Trunk live in our comments on Instagram. You get minimal reaction. It's a brute entrance for Edge too. These U.S. crowds are trash. You never know what they have. And so, here's one thing I would say about what I think WWE is faced with right now. Look for the crowd reaction, because the past little while now, the crowds have not really reacted how us wrestling fans kind of feel like these live crowds should be reacting. They're holding out for the nostalgia. Like, they had this period of time where they got so spoiled by so many people showing up. It's kind of like people's letdown for Mania. Last year, Mania, everybody and their brother showed up to help Cody win. This year, no one popped up, and everyone got a little spoiled. I think crowds want to pop for the stars of yesterday. So it's almost like they're keeping excitement bottled up for if the Rock's music hits, if the glass shatters, if HBK comes out, if Hunter walks the aisle. Like, they want to pop for that. They don't want to pop for what they have right here in their hand. They want to know what's behind the mystery box. And they're really missing out on these great things. I also think that who's going to WWE shows today aren't real wrestling fans. A lot of people just want to be part of the popular thing.
But I just say what I keep saying. Clock's ticking. Randy Orton, The Miz, and Kofi Kingston are like the last three. The last three that's been going for 20 years strong on the main roster. Yeah. And it's about to get to that point. If them three gone, who's going to be the new face? You got Breaker. You can do it. But you need more than just Breaker. Jay at his little boiling point too, where he about to oozes. He gonna get there too.
Yeah, they said he's got a long time. But then you have the entire NXT roster being built up. They're going to take everyone from AEW. Like Nick Khan said it. Whenever their contracts come up, we're going to talk to them. So they're looking to pillage.
Like, and another one, Mariah May. I heard they trying to offer her a good deal.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, from the standpoint of this idea that from a business standpoint, WWE doesn't see them as competition, that's just not factual. I think it's smart business, for sure. If put in the same situation, I'd do the exact same thing. I mean, Tony Khan built the company off of picking up these people from WWE, which I think was a detriment. That's me.
Oh, wait.
So for WWE to do the same, it just makes sense.
Did you hear it though? Did you hear what's going on? Okay. Roman has it.
Uh-oh, rumor time.
Rumor time. I gotta come up with a thing for that rumor time. Okay, so
Wait, you didn't like that one?
that's good. I mean, I gotta come up with
You
my own
liked it.
segment. I gotta come up with a new segment. The rumor time. Rumor time. Okay, but anyway, rumor time is Triple H is trying to talk with Tony Khan and having Dean Ambrose show up just for 2 or 3 episodes for the storyline because they've been starting to mention Dean Ambrose a lot, and they want Dean Ambrose to help Roman go against Breaker and Seth. That's the plan.
No. Really?
They want to do like 2 or 3. Just have him, they don't want to ruin his relationship with AEW because he was saying he's going to stay. Moxley's going to stay. But they just want Dean Ambrose to come and help Roman at some pay-per-view. And it's going to be Roman and Dean versus Seth and Breaker.
There's no way WWE is interested in doing this.
Like I said, rumor. You got to look at it. Seth been bringing up Dean Ambrose almost lately on every promo he brought out.
Yeah,
And normally
that's true.
Normally before they wouldn't bring him up. They just said me and 2 other guys. Now he's saying Dean.
Now he's actually talking about Mox. He's even said Mox. He said Mox at Mania.
Yeah. So
he's not going to go. He's not going to come back. He's not going to do anything in WWE as Dean Ambrose. He's just not going to do it. There's no way. They would have to back up the Brinks truck for him to be Dean Ambrose. For John Moxley and probably for Tony Khan. And here's the thing. And this is like the big thing. Tony Khan doesn't need WWE money. Like that's a big thing here.
yeah,
Like,
you don't.
he doesn't need it. The Khan family has more money than anyone affiliated with WWE. That's it. Like they could have made a bid to buy the company.
They could, yeah.
It would be very interesting if they were to do it. I would be shocked if they were to do it. It would be awesome. But I don't know where the benefit is for anyone involved. Unless for some reason like Roman really, really wants it. Like if Roman really, really wants it and they're willing to do it. But that would be the only reason. Like, who else would they care about enough? Like, it would have to be a Roman thing.
Mm-hmm.
Had Dean Moxley the final shield. Man,
Like I said, it's a rumor that I've seen. It's floating around on a couple podcasts I've listened to, and that is.
I just don't see where it's mutually beneficial. I think that's a situation where that is beneficial solely for AEW. And why would WWE do something to benefit AEW?
They just want to do it for the final shield run. That's it. That's it. Just 2-3 episodes with them, and that'll be it with the storyline.
I mean, if for some reason Hunter has an idea in his head of a story he wanted to wrap up, just from a creativity standpoint, I could see it. But God, like, there's no benefit for WWE. That's totally a benefit for AEW. Because you know what Tony Khan's going to say. He's got to be John Moxley. He's got to be presented as the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. You have to mention our show. and I want to run commercials during the broadcast. There's no way TKO agrees to any of that shit.
Hey, that's
Do you think they would? I mean, I guess they're not the McMahons.
They're not the. This is Triple H. Triple H.
But more importantly, it's TKO. This is TKO.
TKO.
It's all about the moments. It's not about the stories. It's not about the legacies. It's just about moments, and it's just about what can go viral, what can be seen by the most eyeballs in the shortest amount of time. So I guess maybe, man, maybe. But I think Tony's demands would be so high. What he would want in return would be something no one should give him. Yeah, he would ask. Yeah, you know what? Trunks live in our comments said he would ask to take someone from WWE for equal play time. Tony is absolutely the guy who says, you know what? You can borrow my toy, but I need a toy of equal value as collateral. So let's play pretend.
Okay.
If WWE is going to get to use Jon Moxley, who does AEW get in return? And this isn't permatrade. This is just, hey, you can borrow Mox for a month. Before that month, I would like to use
The Miz. Him and MJF go at it. Battle.
No. If I'm Tony Khan, and I'm going to let you use Jon Moxley to finish up this Shield storyline, you give me Cody Rhodes. I want Cody. Because we got some unfinished business here in AEW with the Codester.
Okay, Cody.
Yeah, give me Cody Rhodes. And you know what I do while I got Cody Rhodes? I put a belt on him. I'm making champ. Yeah. I send him back with the title.
Which title are we talking about here?
Well, let's play a pretend world where Samoa Joe beats Jon Moxley, so Mox doesn't go play with his Shield friends with the title, and I have Joe with the belt. I book Cody Rhodes against Samoa Joe. I have Cody go over. I have Cody be AEW World Champion. I send him back to WWE. I'm sending you back my World Champion now. Now we got to play in the sandbox together, guys. Let's book the Super Bowl. Let's do it. Screw Worlds Collide. Let's book Universes Implode. Now, I just sent you Cody Rhodes back as the AEW World Champion because while he was under contract, he couldn't win it. He's no longer under contract. I let him win it. I sent him back to your house so you can play with him. He still has my belt. Now let me send my guys to come get my belt back. Now let's have an invasion angle, my friends. We are off to the races. Every show's got 2 million plus. We're selling out every arena, and let's just have the AEW squad chase Cody Rhodes around the country trying to get that belt back. Hell yeah. Yeah. That's printing money. That's printing money right there.
That's not bad. Not bad, but
tell me you ain't going to go see. Tell me you are not going to go see SmackDown in Cleveland if Cody Rhodes is showing up as AEW World Champ and AEW is booked in Dayton in the same week, or if they booked in Detroit, and the AEW dudes can drive to Cleveland. They're close.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
We created a situation where anything can happen now on every show. Cody's showing up on Dynamite. AEW World Champion under contract in WWE.
You're doing a task.
Even bigger, though. Because it's not
Bigger
one night only, man. Let him have a run. Let him have a run. Let him defend the AEW World Title on SmackDown. Screw it.
Mm.
Cody Rhodes versus R-Truth for the AEW title live on WWE SmackDown. Let's throw shit at the wall. Let's see what sticks. Any wrestling promotion wants to hire me to be the booker. Let's talk. I'm interested in ring announcing. I'm interested in creative. I'm interested in booking. Here's the deal. I ain't leaving the house to do any of it, though. So.
Just don't do the ring announcement. The ring announcement. But
I can do ring announcing from home. Why couldn't I do it? There is no. You can't tell me you can't pipe a live feed to me of what you're going to put on Fight TV and let me do the ring announcing while I'm watching it live. Now, granted, I don't like the idea of doing, watch-alongs because I feel like I would just get distracted and probably ruin the experience for everybody. But, man, I could do ring announcing. I don't think I could do commentary. My ADHD brain wouldn't be good for it.
Commentary would be easy. I see commentary would be easy.
You think commentating would be easy?
Yeah, commentary would be easy.
Man, I don't know. I don't think I could be a play-by-play guy. I could be the color guy. I couldn't be the play-by-play guy.
I could do play-by-play. I could do that. But I'll just say this. If you was the ring announcer, that would be saying everybody had to look up at the screen or even the middle of the ring, look up just to hear you.
They ain't got to see me. I'm the ring announcer. You ain't got to see me.
They got to see it.
They got to hear me. They got to hear me, Joe. From right in here, they got to hear me. I'll say it with my chest.
Okay, but then the people want to know who is Jeremy. I want to know what he look like. I don't want to see a bot face.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. What'd you love this week in pro wrestling?
Well,
What was your match of the week? Who was your wrestler of the week?
Okay, here we go. We going with the TLC.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, right? That was the most ECW thing that's happened in WWE in 20 years.
And how they did the Angelo Dawson doing the spear like Edge did it through the table. And
that was a very good match.
Mm-hmm.
That match should have been at Mania.
But you know what?
Would have stolen the show.
I understand why they did it on SmackDown. Because they needed a good match to go away on SmackDown, have everybody happy. And that was the best one.
Also, they were able to give them time for that match. They couldn't have given them that time at Mania. Mm-hmm. They could not have had that match at Mania this year. They should have been able to. They could not have when you're putting together TV like that. So they were able to give them 24 minutes, 5 minutes?
I think it's like 26.
It's right, yeah, it's right around there. It's just shy of a half hour on SmackDown to put together a generational match. Absolutely fantastic. Well deserved of the double match of the week from Jeremy and Joe.
There you go.
Joe, who's your wrestler of the week?
I got to give it to Montez Ford.
Montez over Angelo, huh?
I would say both of them, but I would say I do the tag team. Street Profits. I'll do the Street Profits together because
I think that's
that
fair.
match. I'll do that. The Street Profits. Just be fair because that match. All right, you know what? I'm gonna say everybody in that damn match deserve it.
You know what? I'm gonna let you say everybody in that match deserves wrestler of the week. I'm going to just throw the rule book out the window today because you know what? Screw it. We're putting it. Today is weekend of wrestling for the finals of what's considered Mania week. I guess Mania. We're calling Mania week 2 weeks because I think till SmackDown on Friday we were still part of Mania week. Yes, they were not. We're no longer in Vegas, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I am going to give my wrestler of the week to tag team wrestling this week. The TLC match on SmackDown was absolutely fantastic. followed by Collision with the Tornado Tag match. Yeah, that Collision Tornado Tag, absolutely fantastic. Let's see, we had Chunks come in and had AEW book a segment for calling out CM Punk for headlining an extravaganza. Man, unless there's a fair overlap of WWE programming and AEW programming where they work together in a perfect world for all of us wrestling fans, first of all, I don't see that ever happening. But hey, if they could play nice to get Mox on WWE programming and figure something out, anything is possible. I think AEW needs to never mention CM Punk ever again. Because anytime they do it, it just goes bad. It looks bad on them. They get drugged. The story gets just contorted, and somehow Punk comes out the hero constantly. So I was Tony Khan. I would tell everyone, you never mention CM Punk ever again. We're going to pretend he was never here. I think everything that revolved around Punk was bad for AEW. I said it while it was happening. So I'm not just looking back with hindsight. Whenever he did the whole media thing and they didn't fire him, I said they should fire CM Punk now. And then whenever because they had no plans after that. They didn't know what to do with the shows without Punk. All their eggs were in the Punk basket. It became 8 months of bad AEW programming. Then he comes back, and nothing really got better except for CM Punk segments. And then once he left again, we were still right back to shit. We don't know what to do. But then everything was good. Like everything got infinitely better after Punk left. So I digress. But yeah, tag team wrestling gets my wrestler of the week. And guys, I got to do an honorable mention. And I don't usually do these. Joe's the one that gets honorable mentions constantly. I almost never do it. It's pretty definitive for me. I'm usually calling you my wrestler of the week, and that's it. I've never done everyone who's a tag team wrestler who competed. I've never done that shit. I've also never done this. My honorable mention is Don Callis. I see that reaction from Joe. Joe knows better than anyone how much I hate Don Callis. To a point that I have worked myself into a shoot of how much I hate Don Callis. One of our fans from the Bleacher Report forum, I don't remember who it was, may have been that Jersey Nick guy. I can't remember who it was. Shit, sorry. Pointed out that my hatred for Don Callis is just proof that Don does excellent heel work. And I said, it's kind of crazy because how often do you love a faction and hate the guy leading the faction? And I only have one example other than Don Callis.
Bobby Brain.
Bischoff. Bischoff being the leader of the NWO. I hated Bischoff, but I like the NWO. I still hate Eric Bischoff. Again, to the point that I've worked myself into a shoot. But man, you know what? Don Callis probably does some of the best heel work because I legitimately despise Don Callis. So hats off to you, Don. I think you're a piece of shit. But a better piece of shit than Bubba Ray Dudley. Because that's not a work, ladies and gentlemen. My hatred for Bubba Ray is a straight-up shoot.
I got it.
The level of piece of shit I think Bubba Ray Dudley is I think if a piece of shit ate a piece of shit, took a pee and shit, he's that piece of shit.
Whoa. What's the day?
Today's Sunday the 27th. It's the day hell froze over, and I gave Don Callis credit for being a great heel.
I gotta write this down.
Don't worry, man. I'm gonna forget this shit. I'm gonna forget I never said it come Wednesday. But I said I would mention it. It got pointed out to me. I said, you know what? I'm gonna mention it on the show. That you're probably right. It probably is the great heel work he's doing that has me hating him so much. Cuban Gorilla live in our comments on Instagram saying that Bubba Ray Dudley's more of a clown on the LFG show. I have not watched a single episode of the LFG show. I am not going to watch a single episode of the LFG show because every clip that I get sent, and I get sent a lot of these, and several of them so many times, of Bubba Ray Dudley acting like a hard ass when he ain't one.
The jewelry.
And it pisses me off. And I get, God, you know, the Undertaker and Bubba giving Holyfield's son shit about the jewelry. That little clip, that reel that circled around, got sent to me no less than 60 times. So many people sent me that. And like, oh, you talk about this. You hate Bubba. Here's this. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it because it's hypocritical. Undertaker wrestled with black eyeliner and an eyebrow ring and a teardrop drawn on his face with mascara. I don't want to hear how some dude wearing a necklace because you don't understand the culture. You don't get it. And Bubba Ray Dudley acting like a tough guy just pisses me off to no end. Like, on sight, I'll slap him in his mouth. I swear to God, I will put hands on Bubba Ray Dudley.
Guys, y'all gonna help me. Y'all gonna help me bail him out of jail, right? If it does happen, okay? I don't know what state it's gonna be in, but I need help.
Don't worry, I got bail money. I'm set. But yeah, I don't like that behavior in people. It reminds me, like, you know, here's what it is, and this is why it irks me. It's old white dude behavior. It's old white dude behavior of this idea that because once upon a time they got into one fight in high school, they think they're a tough guy, or because they played some sort of sport, they think they're a tough guy, and then they carry this into their older years. When you gotta understand, man, life passes people by, and if you ain't ever been in a real fight and you don't know how to fight, I don't like when people try to act like a bully. It bothers me. It always has. Joe, you've known me my whole life. I got bullied. I don't like bullies, and I really can fight, and I will fight Bubba Ray Dudley. Someone book it. We're both heavyweights. I ain't got to cut weight. I ain't got to get ready. I'll throw an old mouth guard in that don't fit right no more, and I'll serve up soup bones. I guarantee you, an MMA fight, me against Bubba Ray Dudley, I submit him in under a minute.
Don't prompt it, y'all. He ain't joking. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just trust me. Don't
guarantee it. Someone book it. Once upon a time in my life, I would have fought anyone on the planet in my front yard for free if they thought they were better than me. I was recently asked if I would do bare knuckle for $3,000. I said absolutely not. But I would be happy to choke Bubba Ray Dudley unconscious for free. Do it for free.
All right, fine.
I go old school, be Jeremy in his 20s, just down to scrap. I ain't that dude anymore. Not who I am. But I know I still got a slick rear naked, and I would choke Bubba Ray unconscious.
I got nothing to do with this, y'all.
So they get you to do a signing at the shop. Man, you don't want to do that to your comic book store. You don't want to do that. But with that, everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. We will be back tomorrow to preview Monday Night Raw. Should be a good Raw. We'll probably get some more Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, some more Braun Breaker. And tomorrow on the show, we'll spitball. We'll book who the fourth man could be. Or if I guess third man. I don't know if you count Heyman. I think you count Heyman. I think Heyman's already the third man. Because I do think this group grows. But until tomorrow, Joe, you got anything to tell the people?
Yeah.
Don't get Bubba Ray Dudley near Jeremy. That's what we're telling the people.
Okay. Tomorrow when we come back to the show, I want everybody to answer this one question. If me and you was in the tag team, and we was in the ladder, me and you. If we was in the tag team, and everybody else can join in tomorrow about this, we would go on for the ladder match for the tag team belts. Who would you rather be? The one grabbing the belt and up there celebrating, or the one at the bottom just looking up like, yeah, trying to cheer for it and not go up on that ladder like.
Oh, I have my answer. Tune in tomorrow, and I'll tell you what my answer is. Everyone, enjoy your Sunday evening. Have fun with your loved ones. We're out.